Shimon, you tell us when we're ready. Official clock.
Hi everyone, my name is Dan Nguyen and I'm here today with Dr. Anatoly Manzi. Today I present to you Isuku, a venture that seeks to sustain hygiene and health education through a soap-making social enterprise in rural Rwanda. Here at Tufts University and in the US, we have the privilege of access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. We rarely have to wonder how we will access clean water and soap. In global health, we call this WASH. Globally, 1.4 million deaths could have been prevented with adequate WASH access. Poor WASH access also significantly heightens the risk of easily preventable intestinal worms. 1.5 billion people are affected worldwide, and these are primarily transmitted through human waste and are major contributors to diarrhea, malnutrition, and school absence. These all exacerbate cyclical poverty and unemployment in low-income settings, especially for women.
Beneath the natural beauty of my hometown Musanze, Rwanda, there lies a stark reality. These beautiful mountains have created immense geographical barriers to WASH. In our baseline assessment, we found that 92% of children in Musanze don't have access to soap, 48% reported signs of intestinal worm infections, and 50% of Rwandans still live under the poverty line. This is where Isuku comes in. Isuku means cleanliness in Kinyarwanda. We have launched Isuku in Musanze as a soap-making social enterprise coupled with the hands-on WASH education. Our objective is not only to produce soap, but to bring an affordable soap market to the community.
Isuku has significant impact potential. Our enterprise creates local jobs for vulnerable women, while also providing soap that is coupled with reinforced hygiene education in order to sustain hand washing. Our enterprise, as it expands, aims to decrease intestinal worm infections by 90%. This will decrease students from missing school due to illness, therefore increasing attendance and improving academic outcomes. Our impact has been well received by stakeholders and community members, with teachers stating that Isuku has changed lives and that they're excited to play a role in our scale-up. In 2022, we received seed funding to pilot Isuku, where we trained 8 teachers who have already made over 1,500 bars of soap for nearly 3,000 students at our partner schools, equating to $2,100 in soap revenue. When Isuku gave these students soap, we observed a 100% hand washing rate among students at school. We also sold excess bars of soap to local markets to validate prices and market viability.
Now we have tons of local demand for Isuku across the district, giving us a strong foundation for B2C operations. Going forward, we foresee a B2G agreement to subsidize soap that was originally donated to schools. With the success of our pilot program, we will continue selling B2C in local markets and creating jobs. Because Musanze is the #1 tourist destination in Rwanda, we will build upon the robust tourism industry to further opportunities for B2B contracts with established hotels.
This upscale in revenue from high-paying tourists, alongside subsidized production costs from government support, will allow our profits to exponentially grow in the next 4 years. We will break even in year 1, scale local market sales in year 2, and expand to nearby hotels by year 4. Isuku currently supports our local sector with a population of 18,000. With funding and support from the 100K prize, we will be able to expand our B2C and B2B arms with an eventual goal to serve the entire district of Musanze with a population of 500,000.
Not only Isuku is rooted in low-cost, high-impact market solutions, but Isuku has no competitors. Without Isuku, soap is unaffordable and inaccessible. With Isuku, we are providing locally produced and sourced soap.
Our team of Tufts students and faculty with expertise in community health and social entrepreneurship will oversee high-level tasks in the short term. Sponsored by Move Up Global financially, we aim to support Isuku by building local capacity, while our local implementation partners will handle soap distribution, recruitment, and distribution on site. Our team of advisors will shift Isuku from its current state into a standalone, self-sustaining social enterprise that can be replicated across the district and eventually across the country.
Now, I hope to see families healthy, children energized in classrooms, and communities intertwined with our business. With 1 bar of soap, we are actively saving children's lives.
Through Isuku, we have a tangible, life-saving solution that you can hold in your hand. We want to make hand washing second nature like it is for us here at Tufts. Will you join us to bring soap to the hands of Musanze? Thank you.
We now open it up to the judges for any questions.
I have a question. Just what is the soap made of?
So in our appendix, we have a list of ingredients, and these are all locally sourced ingredients, as you can see, and they're pretty simple. Our ingredients only cost 16 cents per bar of soap, and so here's your list of them.
Thank you.
I also asked a couple clarifyings. Who's actually making the soap?
And so those who are making the soap will be local community members. We are striving to employ specifically women. And so we're doing kind of, Isuku will be marketed through schools and through local communities to recruit employees, especially those in more vulnerable households who have less income, and we hope to create those jobs for.
Okay, and in your data, are you saying that no one has access to soap today so that there's no competition?
Yes, we are saying that. It takes approximately 2 hours on foot in this community, which is very mountainous, very remote, to access soap. And so our initiative is actually bringing really the only local source of soap that is affordable and accessible to Musanze. There are competitors as we expand, but our soap will be affordable and locally produced.
Manzi, I saw you unmuted. Do you want to add something, Manzi? Sorry about that.
Okay, I just want to ask one more question. Is when you're in the communities and you're engaging those communities to be the producers of soap and you're employing the community for soap, are you going to replicate that model as you expand into other communities so that it's always locally developed?
That's exactly the model. It's using the communities, really taking the lead of these enterprises.
Okay, thank you.
I can jump in with a question. A great presentation, by the way. So Rwanda is a relatively small country. You focused on a rural market, I gather, as opposed to Kigali. So I guess define scale for me in success, knowing that you're probably not going to expand to Kigali as Rwanda becomes more open in Africa.
Yes, so our big prediction of success will actually be around year 4 when we expand to those B2B contracts in our tourist hotels. Musanze district specifically has a very high tourist industry. There are approximately, according to TripAdvisor, 131 hotels right in that district. And so that is where we will hope to sell soap for about $10 per piece versus an average of 20 cents or 50 cents in the more local markets. And so that is where we predict a major influx in revenue to really, allow our business to grow.
We have time for one more question.
Can we spend a second longer on the unit economics? You talked about the costs. I'm curious if we go through the full details, the cost of inputs plus labor.
Of course. So the slide before actually has our initial cost breakdown, and this is from our pilot program. And so we expect to use these costs going forth. So we have costs for ingredients, employees, and then overhead fees. And so in the future years,
I'm sorry, just quickly, the $720 is over what period?
Annually, sorry.
Okay.
And so over future years, as we both expect to hire more employees as well as produce more soap, we scaled up these costs based on that. And we also hope to increase our revenue to outweigh these costs by expanding our sales and producing more soap. Do you have any more questions specifically about that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe.
Mention.
All right. Ash. Give the judges a couple minutes here.